What would it be like if you could share your anxiety with other people? It's entirely possible. Do you ever feel like you are the only one who is struggling with anxiety? Do you ever feel like you're the only one that procrastinates because you don't actually know what to do? Do you feel like you're the only one that overthinks things and then because it's just too overwhelming, you just decide you're not going to do anything about it? Well, ladies, you're not alone. After working with individual women through Journey to Joy, one of the things that I realized was that so many of them felt alone. They felt like they were weird. They felt like they didn't belong. They felt like no one else really got what was going on for them. They felt like no one else had anxiety. They didn't actually want to use that word. I'm not anxious. Several of them said to me, I'm not anxious. And then we started talking about what is anxiety. And they said, well, maybe I am anxious. And I said to them, you know what? It's a word that allows us to move forward. And so what happened was that we began a group because we realized that Journey to Joy met the need for a certain person. For somebody maybe that's introverted, that was early in her anxiety walk, who really needed one-to-one help and support. Maybe you've been there. I know I have. There's been times when I just thought, group isn't really for me right at the moment. I really need some one-to-one time so that I can figure some of these things out. But there's also women that want to share the experience. They want to build a sense of community. They want to share their growth. They want to share their pain. They want to hear what's going on for others so that they can kind of fit it into their idea of who they are. And so that was the next step. After we did Journey to Joy, there became this obvious need for a group. And so in the group, which I call Radiant Renewal, we do go over those 3 steps we talked about in Journey to Joy. We anchor your identity to God, we affirm your unique design, and then we align your mind and emotions. But as we were doing this work, each of us separately, all at the same time, what I realized was that we actually needed a bit more help with that whole moving our body thing. And so I created 10 different ways that you can organically begin to move your body to create space in your life for yourself for movement. And I called that rhythm to renewal. And so that became our first step in our group, which I call Radiant Renewal. We started with what are some of the things you're going to do to move your body. And so there was 10 different things and we worked through them over 10 different weeks. And then we also decided that after doing the moving our body and figuring out what to do with that, then we also needed actually some help communicating better with other people. And we needed to build a community of people that actually really got us and understood us. So the nice thing is the first step, that whole building of community, we already began to do in group. So that part was actually relatively simple, but we wanted to bring in other people. We wanted to bring in other people that could support us. We wanted to learn how to communicate assertively. We wanted to be able to navigate conflict resolution. We wanted to be able to set boundaries with love. And so we began to learn how to do that. And that became the next part of the journey that God took us through. So through rhythm to renewal, we began to release anxiety naturally. And we would talk about it each week in the group. And we would say how we felt when we did this or that. We discovered how to reset our nervous systems because, of course, our nervous system had been very tight for a very long time. We began to wake up with more clarity and focus and energy. And ladies, you can too. You can too. You can join us in Radiant Renewal. I will put the link below so that you can actually see, hey, this is what it's all about. You can see the steps, you can see the results, you can see what people are saying about it. And so we released our anxiety in a much more organic way. We found ways to do it that, we felt comfortable with. We learned to communicate assertively, to set boundaries. And then we began to find people that were going to support this new us. Because know that when you start to actually release your anxiety and to speak up and to be seen and to be heard, not everybody is going to love that. Some people like it that you are anxious. Some people like it that you're doing everything for them. Some people like it that you're always available if they ask. But it's not really healthy for you. And I would challenge you to ask, is it really what God wants for you from your life? Does he really want you to be exhausted and anxious and overwhelmed all the time? And I discovered 5 years ago that for me, he did not want that. He gave me a completely different way of being in the world. And I could make tiny choices every day that would change things for me. By the end of the group is 6 months long. It's longer than Journey to Joy because we're doing it in a community and it just gives us time to process information, to process our feelings, to do some reflection. And frankly, life just gets in the way. So sometimes you just need a little bit of extra time. And the group really grew. Excuse me. The group really grew to gel together and to just really care about each other and to champion each other as they were reaching out to build their communities in their own spaces. And I know that by the end of Radiant Renewal, you will feel calm in your body and in your mind. You will be able to have released a lot of emotion. You will know what to do with it. You will make friends with your emotions rather than trying to block it away and stuffing them in your body. You will become confident in your decisions. You will use your voice. You will be seen, you will be heard. And above all, you will be solidly connected to the Lord, solidly connected to yourself, and solidly connected to other people. And isn't that what we all want? We want to be able to say goodbye to anxiety. We want to release it so that we can actually live the life we were created to live, not a life of fear and exhaustion and burnout. So, ladies, if you're interested in Radiant Renewal, if you would like to join this group, you may do so, and I would be delighted to have you. Please just click on the link below and you will hear and learn all about it. And also, just want to know that I like having a conversation with you before you join so that we know if you are a good fit for me and I am a good fit for you and I'm able to help you and all of those things. And so we can have a brief 20-minute chat just to chat about where you are and what you need. And I'll put that link below also. So if you want to make an appointment, if you want to be part of Radiant Renewal, then click the link below. And if you're just looking for individual counseling, I offer that too. I'm a registered clinical counselor and I can offer you that also. So I'll put that link below also. I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope this has been helpful. And reach out and ask me any questions that you have because I would be delighted to hear from you. Don't wait one more day to begin your transformation. Contact me today.